Alyssa Riggs is with us talking about 2023. I think that we had some really big news stories
very
this
eventful,
year.
for sure.
Absolutely. I think that there's been a broad spectrum of them too. I mean, you've had some bad news, of course, that's going to happen. We've also had a lot of good news too.
Good. I love some of these. We're going to talk about it because New Mexico, Oklahoma, our viewing area, big. So
absolutely.
We'll take a look. Alrighty.
In June, a tornado passed through Perryton, leaving 3 dead and over 70 injured. Many mobile homes, houses, and businesses were damaged, and agencies across the nation responded to help the community. The town of Perryton is still working to recover. In April, over 18,000 cattle perished in a fire at the South Fork Dairy in Dimmitt. The Animal Welfare Institute says the fire is by far the deadliest barn fire for cattle overall and the most devastating barn fire in Texas since they began tracking in 2013. 17-year-old Kira Triplett went missing in July, hopping the back fence and taking nothing with her. 3 months later, in October, the girl was found safe. In June, severe flooding impacted the city of Amarillo, causing damage to septic systems and overflowing playa lakes. Over 200 people and over 50 pets were evacuated, and several businesses closed down in the area of Olson and Paramount. Also in June, several communities were impacted by historic flooding, including Hereford. In Castro County, 4,000 head of cattle were lost at Circle 3 feed yard. In September, police say an arsonist set fire to a Clovis Walmart, causing $42 million worth of damage. 59-year-old Jimmy Goulian was charged with arson, aggravated burglary with a deadly weapon, tampering with evidence, and felon in possession with a firearm. In January, the 19-year-old Bengal tiger Savannah was humanely euthanized by Amarillo Zoo staff. She came to the Amarillo Zoo in 2010 and suffered from arthritis and kidney disease since 2021. In August, we saw the bravery of one man and how he may be the reason this officer wasn't critically injured. As the suspect started reaching for the officer's gun, a bystander jumped in to aid the officer, and there were no major injuries. In February, River Road residents gathered voicing concerns over a tiny home village for homeless veterans. Residents said the location isn't the best, with fireworks and a gun club that could trigger PTSD. Over the year, there were over 45 additions to our New in Amarillo segment, including Natural Grocers, which opened over the summer. In February, a local 26-year-old Matt Mars bought and revamped a historic hotel. Mars opened Cactus Cove in June with new amenities like an indoor pickleball court. In August, construction started on Buc-ee's in Amarillo. It will be located on I-40 by Airport Boulevard and create 150 full-time jobs. Also in August, Jerry Lockhart was reunited with his border collie Callie after being separated for over 2 months. Callie endured flooding, triple-digit temperatures, and severe weather, and after 77 days, made it back to her owner. Alyssa Riggs, News Channel 10.
Ooh, ended it with some good news.
Absolutely. You have to put in the good with the bad.
I know it. So I have to ask both of you, Tanner, I will never forget turning on the news, seeing you and Sheldon. Was Caleb with y'all?
Yes.
In the car, in our Storm Chaser Atlas, and just the look on your face, and Sheldon, how very somber. I mean, that was, you saw that tornado.
It was one of those things, you know, for the first like maybe 15 or 20 seconds. It was the first tornado I'd ever seen in real life. And, you know, me being a meteorologist, I was looking forward to seeing a tornado here in the Texas Panhandle. And, you know, for maybe 15 to 20 seconds, we're sitting there like, oh my God, you know, we finally got a tornado. And then we realized like, oh no, this is heading straight for Perryton. Like, this is going to turn very bad very fast. And so we drove into the city later that evening, right after the tornado moved through, and it was a feeling like no other that I've ever felt. It was, it's indescribable.
Well, it was amazing that y'all were there. And then, Alyssa, you were on so many of those stories. What was the most memorable? Because some of those were some pretty big ones.
I definitely think that Perryton, because it just impacted so many people, and getting to go in there and see it day after was crazy. But then getting to sit down with some of the business owners that were in Perryton and talk to them about their experiences. Got to talk with one girl who was in her business on Main Street when the tornado came through, who was lucky to be alive. And so it's just, that one was probably the most impactful in my life, at least. And I think that hit everybody at the station
Sure.
pretty hard because of Isaiah, who works here and
He's our director, yeah, and he
Grown
was
up in
with you.
Perryton.
He was with you driving through Perryton, and when he was on the air with Alyssa, he really had kind of broke down a little bit, and that we realized at that moment, man, you know, looking at your hometown, but so many, and we really love Perryton, and we are rooting for them and hoping whatever we can do to always help.
absolutely.
I know y'all feel like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people rallied around Perryton. So
Yeah.
I think that was, you know, the good with the bad, like I keep saying and repeating myself, but you really saw people across the nation come out and help.
Yes.
And seeing that in person was crazy. It was
Well,
so
don't
amazing.
stop.
Yeah.
Don't, because we won them, and so I'm proud, y'all. Keep covering. We're your local news. We care about you. We're here for you. We want to cover stuff. So I'm
Absolutely.
proud that we have such a good team. So good job.
Thank you.
Both of you and all of our team. So lucky and blessed.